You believe you're in control of your decisions. But then, why do you do things you didn't intend to do? You pick up your phone without noticing. You eat without being hungry. You procrastinate, even when you know exactly what you should be doing. And then comes the thought, why did I do that? If you're in control, who made that decision? There's a very comfortable idea that you think and then act. But in reality, it almost always happens the other way around. You act first, and only then you create an explanation. That changes everything. What you call you is not exactly what's in control. It's more like a narrator, something that shows up after and tries to make sense of what already happened. Now think about this. If your decisions are made before you even notice them, what exactly are you controlling? That's the invisible point. There's a constant conflict inside your mind. On one side, fast processes, automatic, unconscious. On the other, a slower system, rational, conscious. But they don't have the same power. The automatic system decides first. The rational one justifies later. This is an abstract theory. In experiments, the brain shows signals of a decision before the person becomes aware of it. Which means your body has already decided before you decide. And then comes the feeling of control. But that feeling is partly constructed, a functional illusion. Now this starts to explain a lot. Why you repeat patterns, even when you want to change. Why you react emotionally before you think. Why some habits feel stronger than you. Because they don't go through conscious control. They come from a deeper system. Trained, repeated, conditioned. And that system has one priority: efficiency. It wants to save energy. So it turns behavior into automation. The more you repeat something, the less you decide, and the more you execute. Now look at the impact of this. A large part of your life is not decided. It's reproduced. You don't choose to react. You react. You don't choose to think. You repeat thoughts. And only after comes the feeling of choice. This creates a very convincing illusion that you are in control all the time. But you're not. And here's an even more subtle point. Your conscious self doesn't like losing that feeling. So it does what it does best. It creates explanations. You didn't act on impulse. I wanted to. You didn't avoid it out of fear. I just didn't feel like it. You didn't react automatically. I chose that. See the pattern? The mind protects the idea of control, even when it isn't real. Now let me ask you, how many of your decisions today were truly conscious? How many were automatic, disguised as choice? And more importantly, if you don't see this, who is living your life? Because the moment you believe you're in control, you stop questioning. And when you stop questioning, the automatic takes over. Silently. Constantly. Without resistance. And this is the Nexus. You are not the one who decides. You are the one who notices what has already been decided. And until that difference becomes clear, you are not in control. You are being driven by patterns you don't see, by processes you don't notice, by a system that learns too fast and questions too little. This is the breaking point. It's not about taking control. It's about realizing that it was never complete.